every year in the NBA, we always love to make some crazy claims and statements only a month into the season. I mean, look at last year. Everybody pretty much said Blazers Jazz Western Conference Finals was a lock. And this year, it's pretty much no different. Now, there are always some teams in the NBA that will be pretty bad in a given year. This year, it just happens to be Portland, Detroit, Utah, to name a few, but shockingly, none of these teams are the worst in the NBA because the worst team in the league right now is the Memphis Grizzlies. Yes, the same Grizzlies that were the second seed last year and were the second seed the year before then. Now, what in the world is going on in Memphis? The team has pretty much fallen apart. I mean, they have 2 wins. Now, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here and figure out what exactly has gone wrong. Now, obviously, Ja's not here, and let's talk about whether they can even get it together when he returns, but I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes that people haven't quite realized yet or haven't really understood, of pieces that maybe are a lot more important than people think about, and maybe this team might take an interesting direction in the near future. But what's up, everybody? It's your boy 2KJ here, and today we're going to go into a deeper dive into the Grizzlies' early season struggles and pretty much talk about what potential trades might happen or what roster changes or what things they might need to do to get back on track. But if you like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, let's get it. Now, first things first, nobody, and I mean nobody, would have expected the Grizzlies to get off to this slow of a start to begin the season. I mean, yeah, you don't have Ja now, but in seasons prior without Ja Morant, they have played strangely well. And it's no different between the past 2 seasons, with him being suspended 25 games to start this season, and in the last 2 seasons, they've started off 20-5 in the 21-22 season, and 11-10, which is slightly worse, but still over 500, in the 22-23 season. And even more, they got Marcus Smart and an older D Rose to help with the PG position. Jaren Jackson Jr. has got off to a very, very well start, and Desmond Bane has a career high of 26.4 points per game. And the youngsters have been playing pretty well. If you told somebody this with Ja Morant's suspension, they'd say the Grizzlies were probably fine. They are not fine. They literally are terrible. Like, they're losing to really, really bad teams, and it's really strange. Now, I do believe that the loss of Ja Morant does play a very important part in this terrible start, but I do think that there are bigger losses that have gone underlooked by most. Now, the first thing is with Steven Adams. I've already talked about how important of a player Steven Adams is in my Case for Franchise GOAT episode. If you haven't seen that, go watch it on the Oklahoma City Thunder. But Adams is the kind of player that worked in conjunction with Jaren Jackson Jr. that made the Grizzlies a lot harder to defend. Also, he was a pretty decent scorer, and losing scoring has been really, really important for this team, especially losing scoring in their bigger bodies, because they also lost Brandon Clark for the whole season with a torn ACL, and also lost Steven Adams for the whole season with a torn ACL. And these 2 guys being out was one of the major reasons that they actually had trouble dealing with the Lakers, because they didn't really have anybody that could really stop Anthony Davis. They could have put 2 guys on him if they had Steven Adams or Brandon Clark, and they also had 2 big bodies who were over 10 points per game scorers and also very good rebounders. These hidden killers for a team like this that's sort of built around their guard play but has really, really strong big men sort of shows that it's a complexly built team, that these couple of cogs that are missing is causing a larger problem overall. And also, they're missing literally their best player. So what can they do to, get back to being a playoff team? Well, I think that they might actually spin some trades for some big guys. I'm not entirely sure who they could trade for, but I also do think that Ja Morant coming back is going to help a lot. I mean, the Grizzlies are literally the second worst offensive team in the whole entire NBA right now, with 108.6 points per game, and with Bane having the season he's having, Ja coming back might be what they need to turn the tides. but I honestly think it might be a little too late for that when Ja comes back. I mean, he's suspended for 25 games, and they've already played this poor through 10. I can't really see their next 10 going as well or better, so I think that we might see this team take a very interesting turn. I think they'll definitely stay competitive, but I think you could definitely see some young guys getting a lot of play time this season when they usually wouldn't for a team that's very deep and has playoff aspirations. But with them very likely being out of the playoff picture pretty early, I could definitely see some of these younger guys like Kenny Lofton getting some major playing time, and he might be Zebo Jr. So we'll just have to wait and see. But either way, what do you guys think about the Grizzlies so far? Put it down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.